Hi. Counting down the top 20 questions received about medical writing in 2019. Question number 10 is, will scientists find medical writing challenging? The word challenge has at least two different meanings, so let's explore these two meanings before we get to the question. The simpler definition of challenge is difficulty, facing a difficulty. The second definition is intellectually stimulating. For instance, when a candidate comes into an interview saying, I'm looking for a challenge, it really means that they're looking for something which is intellectually stimulating. The first time I saw this question, I felt that it was the second definition of challenge. But as more and more similar questions began coming in, I realized that it really means the first thing. Another way of stating the question would be, will scientists find medical writing difficult? To address this question, I'd like to share stories which help illustrate this point. So for the purpose of explanation, let's make up two names, Michelle and Michael, for these stories. The first medical writer, Michelle, enjoys the process of medical writing because she spends a lot of time asking the question, how can I help you? She spends a lot of time being of service to others. And she really enjoys the process of speaking with people who work in different functional groups within an organization, and to get key information and key knowledge from all those individuals and find a way of wrapping all of those interesting insights into the document that needs to be developed. And she also enjoys the process of resolving comments and answering questions both from a scientific standpoint as well as from a legal or regulatory standpoint, and finding ways in which opinions can either be resolved or opinions can either be weighed in order to find out which one is more accurate versus the other, and finding a way of making the document as scientifically and medically accurate as possible. And that's what she really enjoys about the medical writing process. Let's look at another example. Michael, for instance, doesn't really enjoy the process of medical writing because, as someone coming in from an academic background, Michael was rewarded time and time again for his ability to go into isolation and solve problems by himself, which was really appreciated in the academic culture. However, he works now in a medical writing company where the MO is to share a problem with the team as soon as you encounter it, because time is of the essence. There may not be sufficient time for one team member to go into isolation and solve a problem all by themselves and then come out with a solution. Again, solving the problem itself and having an enthusiasm to solve the problem is absolutely great. However, the MO within the company is to make all team members aware of the problem so people can begin thinking about it and solving it as a team. So that's the reason why it's a huge shift for him to understand that he needs to come out of this process of going into isolation and share the problem immediately. And he might interpret that as a sign of not being able to solve the problem if he shares it instead of trying to crack out a solution by himself. So here are some examples of why people from a background in science or background in academia, to be specific, might find medical writing either enjoyable or challenging. So think about that, and all the best.